the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. Waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, I am home. I am back home in my humble abode. Please hit that like button on your way in the building. We have to talk. We have to talk. We got to talk. We got to talk. We have to talk. Yeah, we got to have a real good conversation tonight. I'm also going to do some Q&A because a lot is going on right now. So I want to know what you would like me to answer. So for the first 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to be taking about 20 questions. So let me grab my notepad real quick. I left back here. And then I'll be taking your questions. So get your questions. Get ready to type them in the comment section. Right back. This real quick. Bear with me one moment. I'll get it. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me lock this door real quick. Thank you. All right, y'all. All right, let's get her done. TD is home. Yeah, man. I'm at the crib, y'all. Wrong one. Get down to business. All right, put your questions in the comment section, and I will be answering them. TD, do you think Tua needs more talent around him? I feel like that's a troll question. TD, is the defense that good or offense that bad? Defense. That bad. Great question. Which QB should Miami draft in the next year? I ain't going there. TD, I heard the fire alarm. Do I need to mail you a? No, I just got to change the battery. Did A-Chain move up the depth chart ahead of Wilson? A-Chain, we got bad news on A-Chain today. Move up. And Wilson. From my understanding, both of those guys are out. We'll talk about it. TD, can we fix our problems in time before week 1 or no? And how do we do so? Can we fix before week 1? All right. Does it look like this is an offense in the second year of its installation? Second year installation offense looks like. Great question. How's the O-line? Okay. TD, did you bail out of Miami jail? Oh Lord. Come on, ask your questions now. Ask your questions now. All right. If that's all we have, we'll stop right there. Current biggest need on the team. And hit that like button so more people can come in the room. All right. Who should be QB1 for what you've seen? QB1. All right. Would you play Miami and Madden this year? Oh Lord. How does the running back group look so far? RB group so far. TD, did it feel like a wasted trip? Skyler QB2. Did we have 2 running backs hurt today? Answer, I believe, is yes. A-Chain didn't even suit up from my understanding, and Wilson was limping off. So is membership seating overrated? Oh. All right, 4 more. How many drops in total? How many drops in total so far? All right. Why has Tyreek seemed limited? Noah. Tyreek play concerning? question. Two more. Um, let me see here. What the truth? No. All right. Any more? Last call. Last call. Any more, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started? Last call. Is Noah going to start? We already got Noah on here. We'll talk about him. Fangio scheme. Thanks for asking that. All right. Wilkins contract. Good one. Because I need to talk about that. Tua reading defense better. All right, that's it. All right, so we got our questions 5, 10, 15, 20 questions. We got our 20 questions for today. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the show. Just wanted to make sure I cover some of the things that you all want to talk about. Recently, I'm going to go ahead and start out, y'all, and go ahead and dive in, okay? Recently, I got some messages. I keep hearing you talk about Tua. It's starting to get boring, X, Y, and Z. I just want to address that real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I talk about everything on this channel. And at the end of the day, we've been through this entire team. We've broken down everything there is to know about this entire team. Nobody wants to hear about Noah 50 times. Nobody wants to hear about anything 50 times but Tua. Nobody wants to hear much about anything other than Tua. We hit all the other stuff one time. They got it, but they want to talk about Tua. And when you're running a show, you try to give as much content as possible about everything. But at the end of the day, you have to give the people what they want to talk about, what they want to hear, what they want addressed, what my thoughts are on what they're talking about. That's all it is. Okay. So at the end of the day, we're going to try our very best to continue to talk about other things. But at the same token, we just went over this list of 20 things. 5 of them were Tua. 25% of 20 things on the team, Tua. I asked the people what they wanted to talk about. 5 of these 20 are Tua. That's what people want to talk about. It's that simple. They want to know they don't care about which tight end is emerging. Because after I say one time, none of them. They got it. They don't want to, let's talk about the tight end a little more. I know none of them, but, is this one? They don't care really. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry if I'm losing you with that. But that's just the reality. People want to talk about the quarterback position because a lot of people understand over here that this team is going to go as far as the quarterback can take them. This team is going to go as far as the quarterback can take them. You can have the best roster ever. If the quarterback blows it, it is what it is. We can go to the freaking Super Bowl. If we lose it, it may be because of the quarterback in most cases. That's just what people want to talk about. I'm open to talk about anything y'all want to talk about. And that's why, if you hadn't noticed, before I went on my long vacation, these 20 questions, you probably barely can see because I write in green. I write in a little bright green. These 20 questions, before I went on vacation, I did 5 shows in a row asking y'all questions first, and then I do my monologue and I answer your questions. So I'm just talking about what people want to talk about. They have the questions. I want to give the answer. So I just wanted to address that because some people have been saying that lately. And at the end of the day, this way, come in and put it in the comment section. Your question or what you want me to talk about. Can we talk about something other than Tua? I just asked. Did you get added on this list? Did you put a comment in the comment section? And I got you. All right. So it is what it is. All right. So now I want to talk in general about me and my coverage of this team and what I'm going through right now as a content creator who's trying to provide an analysis, be objective, unbiased, and understand that I'm not here to spare feelings. I'm here to give you the honest truth and you process it however you choose to. That's kind of what's going on here, okay? And there are a lot of times where I try my very best to, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I actually try my very best sometimes to be overly positive about Tua, try to throw like a bone opposite of what I truly feel, because I am convicted in what I believe about him because I took the time to do the research and study the film. Don't make me right. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, whatever it may be, but I'm convicted about my takes on this channel. I'm very unhappy with this team. The roster is better than it was last year, even with Ramsey hurt. The addition of Deshaun Elliott, the addition of David Long, the addition of Chosen Anderson, Berrios, and a couple of other guys. Those additions that we made has made this roster better. This roster is not playing like it's better. Now, I understand people want to say things like, well, the defense is better. 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 I'd argue that too. Because what a lot of people are doing are making assumptions that the defense is better and that's why the offense is struggling. See, we automatically want to say the defense is better now. The defense is better. Like when you think about it, the defense hadn't made no upgrades other than David Long and Deshaun Elliott. But guess what Fangio's talking about with Deshaun Elliott? He's not very happy with what he's seeing so far. David Long is making some plays, but he's blowing assignments. And outside of that, it is the same defense because Ramsey went down. And we say the defense is better, the defense is better, the defense is better. But I'm out there at practice and I'm watching opportunity after opportunity to make big plays on his defense, and the quarterbacks are just bombing it. The quarterbacks are just blowing it. When I report in camp every day, we had a receiver and we just overthrew it. We had a receiver and we threw it too far ahead. These are all successful plays that were supposed to happen to rip the defense apart. If the offense weren't blowing easy opportunities, we'd be concerned about the defense right now, y'all. See, we keep on thinking that the new defense is why the offense isn't playing well, but the offense literally is having opportunities on the field to make the plays. And I'm going to tell you now, I do think the defense is better, but not at the level that everybody is assuming because the offense is that bad. And I'll give you detail later in the show when I'm answering some of these questions, because some of these questions lead me to answer what I'm talking about. I have been out there. I have been watching these practices. You know, I ain't finna sit here and sugarcoat it. And I ain't being biased because I've been calling everybody out. One day, Mike White looked like trash and Skylar looked good. The next day, Skylar looked like pure trash and Mike White looked like the best thing on the field. And then the next day, Mike White looked good again and Skylar still looking like trash. And Tua, for the most part of practice, has been the same guy every single day, except today he was a bum. Call it what it is. I'm shocked that even Omar Kelly them put an article and made a headline, Tua has his worst practice of camp. When I saw that, I was like, you know, okay, finally, y'all, people will admit it. And let me be clear about something. I didn't even stay for practice. When I went out there and I saw what I saw, and that thunder came, I'm like, man, let's get out of here, man. If the Thunder stop and they resume, which they did, I already know what it is. What it is. What I got to come out there to see more of it. I knew what was going to happen. They were going to make a few plays, had a crowd go yay, and they were going to throw some picks and screw some passes up, start not blocking on the O-line. They dropping picks. I mean, this team is choreographing who they are already. No, this is training camp. You know, they still got time. Yes, they do. But stop ignoring where they are so far. The thing I don't love is that I feel like this team actually has a lot further ways to go than we think. This isn't a tweak one thing, tweak another thing. It isn't. This team has issues. And I'm saying this because you don't have this much talent going into all of these issues that they're having right now. And it is baffling to me, these people out here. Oh, it's just training camp. Oh, it's just a scrimmage. Are y'all kidding me? These guys are out here practicing, trying to be the best that they can be in every practice and every scrimmage. They're trying to put a finished product on the field in every practice and every scrimmage. They're trying to be the complete product as soon as possible. They're out there working their behinds off to try to do that. And y'all think that, see, this is what's crazy to me. When it's going good in practice, oh, we're going to be ready this year. Look at how well we practice and this and that. And then when it's going bad, it's just practice. You can't have your cake and eat it too. These guys are out here busting their behind trying to make the finished product well. How can you say it's just practice but praise Tua for jumping on the team later? How can you sit here in the comment section and be talking about it's just practice, but then praise Tua for getting on his teammates? I don't see y'all in the comment section saying, Tua need to chill. It's just practice. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. I ain't extra swell. Because what I'm saying to you right now, if it transforms in the regular season, am I still extra? No, but you don't come around and tell me, man, you know what? You weren't extra. You were spot on. Am I maybe animated and am I passionate right now? Absolutely, because once again, how are you going to feel if this team win 8 games this year and miss the playoffs? Is this not the year that'll literally, if you win 8 games and miss the playoffs, is this not the year that'll make you feel like, if we couldn't do it now, man, we ain't never going to do it, man. Screw this. Is it not? It's ridiculous. They need to be better. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not in agreement with anybody out here talking about, look at the leadership of Tua out here getting on the offense. Who are you? You getting on the offense. Who's getting on you? Guys, leaders that get on the offense, they're leading by example, and they're telling those guys, y'all need to meet me. Y'all need to come up on my level. Get your act together. That's what leaders do. They start by leading by example. You can't lead if you ain't got the goods. I don't care what y'all think. You can think in theory it's all good. Well, maybe I'm not that good, but I can still be a leader. Not in the freaking NFL. You got to be balling and demand them to get on your level. You got to rise those around you. Them guys sitting there shaking their head like, yeah, because half of them need to make the team. But really deep down inside, you could be losing the freaking locker room. You go out there, keep throwing picks, missing reads, acting up, and you getting on me in the back of their head like any one of y'all. If y'all was in that huddle, you'd be like, man, who this fool talking to? He out here making more mistakes than us. He trying to get on us, don't make this convenient in front of the crowd. Do it in the locker room because you just pooped the bed too. You out here missing all kind of reads and throwing crappy passes and throwing picks. And we all this is what I don't understand about our fan base. We out here, oh, look at the leadership. Oh my gosh. This man, ain't nobody want to hear that. Them guys in that locker room are sitting there in their mind, deep down, they know, just like if y'all was in that huddle, y'all would be thinking the same thing. If you out there busting your butt, maybe you made one mistake or two, and he done made 5 for the day, you know good and well any logical human being is going to sit there and be like, who is he talking to? Did he not check himself? And people around here, oh, Tua's his biggest critic. No, the only critic you can be is what you put on that field if you're trying to be a critic of yourself. It's that freaking simple. Gosh, man. I mean, do y'all not see what's happening in camp? I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying right now. It's the truth. You can sit there and pout and cry all you want. Listen to the truth. If you don't want to listen to the truth, it ain't for you. But I'll see you later. I'll see you. Matter of fact, I won't see you later because some of y'all, you just can't handle the truth. And then when you see that hard truth that tried to get delivered to you ends up being exactly what happens, the immaturity set in. Yeah, but I still can't stand him, even though he was right. If they don't get their stuff together now, that's Tua and that entire offense, it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season. Offensive line giving up unnecessary sacks all day. Austin Jackson is improved. He's still out there getting beat. Liam Eichenberg gets beat on almost every play, but yet there's still a competition. Why he ain't been eliminated from competition? Why? That tells you what the competition is. This man has been losing in practice every single day, but it's still an open competition, and he right in the mix of it. Hold on. That means the rest of them guys are kind of right there with them. If any of them guys are better, screw that. Make the switch. Stop playing the musical chairs. Stop playing these musical chairs. And Tyreek Hill, I don't know what's going on. I'm telling y'all, this may blow your mind. Y'all may see me talk about Tua and be concerned and be like, oh, chill. It ain't nothing to worry about. Something is up with Tyreek. He's been acting and being a shell of himself. I ain't talking about the occasional deep ball he catching. In the normal play of the field, Tyreek Hill has been a shell of himself. I don't know what it is. But trust me, I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't hating on Tyreek. I'm telling y'all, he has been a shell of himself, and something has me like wondering what is going on. What is going on? Waddle still trying to catch the ball with his body. We got injuries in the running back unit. A-Chain moved that man up the depth chart, but now he's dealing with some type of injury. I don't know a single time. I don't know who and what order at the tight end position because ain't none of them standing out. We got tight ends. We got tight ends. I can't tell you one guy he's been taking no, we got tight ends. I don't know nothing about them because they ain't done nothing to know about. Skylar out there not looking consistent. Mike White, I'm gonna be honest, he's coming on, y'all. He's Mike White's been coming on. I'm just telling you the truth. He's coming on overall. He has his flaws too, but Mike White's coming on in the system. And when it comes to Tua, I'm telling y'all, he looked better last year. And it ain't just because of this defense. Go on Twitter. Look at these throws. Look at the completed ones, the interceptions, and the pass breakups. Tua is just throwing the ball. It doesn't matter if it's covered or not. And y'all keep on telling me, but it's practice. What in the heck? He's allowed to throw it in triple coverage just because it's practice? What's wrong with y'all? Some of y'all. Let me get that straight. I don't want everybody to feel. What is wrong with some of y'all? It's okay for him to feel out throwing in triple coverage to Braxton Berrios, the shortest guy on the field, because it's practice? What? Do some of y'all even listen to yourself? Oh, he just taking the shots, trying to see what he can do. You can't do nothing in triple coverage with a Braxton Berrios. I ain't talking about a triangle where a corner's 8 feet away, a corner's 8 feet away, a corner's 8 feet under, and you're trying to put it in the middle. They all hugging Berrios and like throw it to him, and he throw it. Tua hike the ball, he look at a receiver. It don't matter what's happening in the safety position. He puts it up and he just without, man, I don't care what you say. You go look at some of them throws. You can't even make a logic of processing the field. There ain't even no logic of processing the field. Wide open crossing coming across the middle, and he just heaving back and putting it up. And I'm making that up. I'm making that up. Go on Twitter and watch all the clips. Completions, incompletions, pass breakups, and picks. Go watch them all. When I first got to camp, I seen him trying to go through different reads and stuff like that. Now, all of a sudden, the last few days of camp, Tua's picking a guy and letting it fly once again. And the problem is you can't do that against Fangio's defense. That works against the basic Bear defenses that run their basic set post-snap and pre-snap. They show you what they in, and that's what they in. And you can figure out where you need to go. But in these defenses that are scheming, you can't do it. And you get lucky when you do it all the time. Because you catch the coverage where, the perfect play was called. And I put it up, and yes, it was one-on-one. Go look at the deep ball to Tyreek today. The defense literally all stayed up in the box. This was one of those rare formations for Fangio that I don't like, because he do this like once every 4 plays. Fangio calls this crap where he ends up by the end of the play is only one safety deep. His base system, cover 4, cover 6, show you cover 2 pre-snap. But once you snap the ball, you got cover 4, cover 6. You got all kind of people deep in the secondary. But once every 4 plays, he dials up a blitz or something where everything stays shallow, but they had a one safety over the top just in case they called the wrong play. And that Tyreek play, they called the wrong defensive play, and we connected for the would-be touchdown if Tyreek wouldn't have let the guy bat the ball out of his hands, which would have maybe ended a touchback because it went through the end zone. And I know this is nitpicking, but even that's Tua fault. Stop underthrowing the ball. You don't underthrow the ball. Tyreek catch it in stride. He in the end zone. He reaching back, waiting on it, and then jogging, and then it comes out his hand. Which is another thing. Everything underthrown. It's ridiculous, man. Go look at the replay today of the Noah Igbenogany interception. Go look at the Noah interception. And then you just got to ask yourself, what did he see that told him throw the ball? That's all. That's what I want to ask you on every single play. Look at the play and ask yourself, what did he see that even fooled him to throw the ball? There ain't even nothing you could see that'll fool you. Well, this person came downhill and that made me think he was no. I'm like, these interceptions are literally the guy is on the receiver with great position before the ball coming, but it comes anyway. Somebody said that's why it's practice. Yes, how many days do you have to do the same thing over and over for you to learn in practice? Today was a scrimmage, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what they do when they come out there to scrimmage? Mike McDaniel is trying to take advantage of a real game simulation. They had the 7 refs out there on the field. They had all the refs on the field. They out there trying to do real game simulation so they could see where they are at that moment. And it was an absolute train wreck. And I know defense dominated. Did they dominate or did the offense just hand them everything? Now, hey, the defense was in place, and that Noah pick was good. Noah went and got it. That's what's crazy about it. Noah was so on Tyreek that when the ball left, he was like, screw Tyreek. He giving gifts, and he went and got it. A scared corner who been struggling for 3 years had the audacity to say, screw the receiver. He giving gifts. I got him. Oh, Tyreek ran the wrong route and And even if he ran the wrong route, did he not put the ball in a place to where Noah could still get it? Because he obviously got it. At the end of the day, wrong route, right route, I don't want to hear none of that. Don't make the throw because there was nothing seen that told you it would have been there. Thank you, baby. You probably some wine. Oh, Lord. The wife said you need a drink. Ooh, this is going to have me tipsy. I ain't had nothing in a minute. I'm worried about this season. This is making me more and more worried about the season. We have all this talent. We got to do better. And I mean it when I say it. Week 1 is going to tell us everything. Somebody said, TD, would you say Tua improved in some ways? No. Same Tua. Now, anybody who disagrees, let me know right now in the comment section. You got 10 seconds. Let me know. What area do you see he's improved? What area on that field do you see that he's improved so far? To be quite honest with you, some could argue he's regressed. Leadership, confidence. It don't show up on the field, though. Because I give you that. Confidence in his leadership. Let me get on him. Okay, he confident. And he definitely probably improved in that because to play bad and still get on the people around you, oh, you got confidence in it. You got confidence. But what else? Nobody can truly say anything because there's been nothing reported that he has. And they haven't seen anything that's been improved upon. And in some areas, there's been slight regression. And that's what's frustrating. And I know we all hoping when week 1 comes, none of this matters. We absolutely lights it up. We light it up. We, destroy the Chargers. We get whatever we want. McDaniel got them ready. Like I told y'all though, because somebody asked, then what's the issue? I already told you what the issue is. McDaniel taught him last year how to identify the coverage pre-snap. That's why we did a lot of motioning and then it went back to where it belonged and all that. The first identification, are they in zone? That's the first thing I want you to identify. That's why probably 80% of the plays we ran had emotion in it. Then the second thing you need to identify, if they're not in zone, is make sure, man zone. One guy in motion. Did everybody follow? Or did the linebacker switch sides and bounce out with him? Possible man. If nobody followed, they stay base. Possible zone. That's the first thing they identify. Second thing, pre-snap, what coverage are they? Do they look like they in? Single high, cover two, whatever it may be. Tampa, middle linebacker playing back a little like 2 feet than everybody else, whatever indicators, right? And you take those indicators and you basically say, hey, you know the play that was called. What should be open in this play based off of those coverages? And that might be your first read. It ain't this play, your first read is this. No, your first read is determined by the defense. Your first read is determined by the defense. A lot of people don't even know that. Your first read is determined by the defense. If they in this coverage, you already know. If this coverage will destroy your first read, then that ain't your first read. We moving straight to the second one. Like pre-snap can help you determine some of those things. And he helped them with that. And Tua would mastered it. I know what they're in this play, in that coverage, this should be open. Cover two, I just need to see if the safety stays still or if they bail. If they stay still, then I need to attack the short outsides. If they bail, then I need to attack the crosser on this play, whatever it may be. And he hiked the ball, back to pass. He already knew. That's why he's so good with his mechanics. He'll look right. He already know he's throwing left. And then he cocking and he throwing. Like he ain't looking and saying, is it open? Yeah, go. No. Y'all see it on the replays. Tua will back to pass, looks right, comes back left and throws like simultaneously. And then everybody, look at him go through his progressions. He went to the first progression on the right, then he came back. No. He's trying to make sure he pulled the safety and stuff because he already know what he see on this play, but you want to make sure by making sure he's trying to pull the help side. And he mastered that, man. He was very great in it. He was great in it. Then the Chargers took all that away. Hiked the ball, they all bailed into in every lane that they told him they were giving him. San Francisco did it a lot too. After that first play, San Francisco said, no, not again. Not again. And he mastered that. But now he's going up against a defense that's literally lying to him every snap. It don't mean stuff still won't be open like he want, just putting it in that spot. Fangio may call a D, it switches, but it might switch to a perfect play for what was called. But we don't know. We guessing. Because we ain't processing, y'all. The amount of mistakes that's happening at the quarterback play, we are not processing. We are not processing real time. We are literally putting that ball in the spot, hoping it all work out. Hoping that it all works out. And if you don't see that by now, then I keep on encouraging you all. Go watch the film and explain the boneheaded plays. Explain them. And nobody really can explain them that's trying to argue it. They just say, well, I mean, it's practice. No, explain the logic behind the decision that was made. And people just can't do it. Oh, why are you hating on that throw? I mean, it was one mistake. Explain the logic in the mistake. What did he see that caused him to make the mistake? Or was it just him throwing the ball? Regardless, you got to admit one of them. You got to be able to explain the logic or accept the fact that he just threw the ball where you got to be able to do one or the other. You can't be playing blind football and just hoping the defender ain't in a good position and then you connect because the timing, you're just working on timing with your guys. You cannot. We got to be better. Mike McDaniel needs to figure this out. He got to have the offense playing better. And let's say the defense is that good, right? Let's just hypothetically say the defense is legitimately that good, and that's the only issue going on. So what, does that automatically mean we got the best defense in the league? Nobody else can play to that level? And we know that ain't the case. There's other defenses that are stronger than ours right now, on paper and schematically. And we played quite a few of them. So what, we just supposed to go into those games accepting that our offense can't do much against them? Is that what we supposed to do? Just accept the fact that, hey, our defense just that good, and try to say our offense don't have an issue, our defense just that good. Other teams' defense that good. And the difference is, when I look at our defense, I still see opportunities all over the place to make plays. Now, the question is the other team's offense going to make more plays against our defense than our own offense? And when you have these great quarterbacks, when they start processing and seeing what's going on and they picking us apart in some cases, in some games, you need the offense to be able to break through. You got to have an offense that's going to break through. You can't concede and be like, well, the offense only struggling because the defense that good. Well, we need an offense that can still dominate. That's what's going to be a great team. That's what makes an amazing team. Let me answer these questions. All right? Shout out to Lakers all day with the donation. Let me read these super chats. He said, TD, I was at the scrimmage today, 2 interceptions. He looked like the same Tua from last year. Nothing new. Glad you were there. And you were able to see it for yourself. Like I said, I was shocked when I seen Omar Kelly's tweet. And he was saying Tua has his worst day of practice. Ron McCray said, I was 6 rows down from you. I saw what you saw. Appreciate you, Ron. Man, I wish I would have been able to meet up with you, man. Take a pic or something, bro. Salute to you, homie. Charles said, Herbert, Bosa, Mac, and the boys coming. All love, TD. Listen, I'm gonna tell you now, week 1 has to be redemption. We gotta beat the Chargers. We gotta get this stuff together, go into LA, and come back with that victory. And I'm telling you, that victory right there is going to give me all the confidence in the world for the season. That's it, because we got to redeem ourselves from what happened in December last year versus them. 4 of their starting secondary members was hurt. They had 3rd and 4th stringers on the field, and they absolutely embarrassed us. Y'all, I ain't got to tell y'all. Y'all watched it. Embarrassed us. That's the redemption game. Thank you. My bad, y'all. Week 1 is everything. I don't care what you say. Week 1 is everything, y'all. If we suck like we did last year in week 1 and we put that same performance out, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I don't want to hear no, it's week 1, the first game. It's a wrap. I'm telling you. G Money said NFC East got all good defenses and D lines. Yeah, that I ain't gonna lie. That's what I am worried about more than anything. It's the NFC East. And that's why we got the toughest schedule this year, our division and their division, because they got to play us. But those are some of the best defenses in the entire NFL, people. Cowboys defense, Eagles defense, Giants, and believe it or not, I keep telling y'all, Washington had the number 2 defense last year. Everybody like, oh, it's Washington. All right. All right. They had the number 2 defense last year. The NFC East stacked on defense. That's where they put all. They stacked on defense, big time. But again, let me get to these questions. Tua, more talent around him. Does he need more talent around him? Yeah, he does. This is a fair question. I know some people would think it's a troll question because how much can you have? He does need more talent around him. He needs a starting right tackle. He needs a starting left guard, and he needs the best O-line in the NFL. If we're talking Super Bowl. If we're just talking about, immediate success, win a playoff game, bounce out, maybe just a left guard or not a left guard and a right tackle. We can still do something, and make us happy because we won our first playoff game and then lost. But you want to win the Super Bowl? Yeah, he need more around him. He need that O-line solidified. There's too many times in practice where it's sacks. Half of the highlights y'all see on Twitter that they just show the ball in the air or the throw and they don't show the hike. Half of them is sacks. Half of the highlights you see on Twitter every day is a sack. No lies told. And then later when people that were there say it was a sack, now all online, well, it's debatable. Half of them are sacks. And it's worse. Last year, the O-line was trash. I feel like what I be seeing in practice, it might be worse because some of them look like they should be strip sacks. But they're not going to put their hands on the quarterback. Like they literally going around the edge, putting their hand up, and the ball's still there. And after they pass, they cock back and throw it. That could be a disastrous strip sack in most cases. So, yeah, he does need more around him. He needs that. He needs a reliable tight end. And a good running game. I don't know if A-Chain has a more serious injury and Jeff Wilson is really out right now. Chris Greer may up the price on Dalvin Cook and go ahead and get it done. It could be happening, y'all. Just because of the little knick-knack injuries we might have suffered. And I ain't looking at the details, but this is what I was reading, that those two guys are dinged up. So that would help Tua. He does need more around him. Should he need more around him? Whole different conversation. But he does. And here's what, see, this is my fair assessment of it too. This ain't even knocking Tua, but this is grown conversation, just real raw truth. If you know who he is already, and you know what he is already, and you see what's happening in camp as an organization in the front office, why wouldn't you just get the man what he needs? You're investing in him. Don't be talking about, we investing in him so he needs to be able to. No, you see what he is. Stop making it ultimatumish. Like, we invested in you so you need to be able to carry the debt. No, you know what he is. So why wouldn't you get the man? If you're going to invest in him, then go ahead and secure it for him. Get him everything he needs. Get the man everything he needs. For real, for real. I mean, we out here, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We out here acting like he Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, like these mobile guys who can just, no. And yeah, he moves well at times in the pocket to be able to get away from stuff, but you ain't getting away from everything, and that could end his season. Stop. There's too much precedent in front of you. Get the man what he needs. And don't tell me, well, they're not going to get him what he needs, and if he don't deliver, that's it for him. You've already invested. As if you knew he was the guy. You picked up the 5th-year option. I know they don't give long-term guarantees, but God dog, that guaranteed 2 years. And that's the window we got. You know good and well, Chris Greer, the way you done set up these contracts, you ain't trying to extend nothing out past 2 years. And let me get to the next question. Defense good or offense that bad? I kind of answered this already, and I need people to understand this. This ain't me trying to make everything negative. This defense is playing well, particularly in some cases, the pass rush. The only thing I don't like about the pass rush is that it's abusing the normal culprits, the Eichenbergs and Austin Jacksons of the world. They're the ones getting abused. And when the guys get in, it's like, hey, the defense tight, but look who they going up against. So the secondary I've been watching Fangio's defense. There is some really creative stuff that I see post snap. Hike that ball post snap. But let me tell you this about Fangio's defense. I'm going to tell you this now. Every single time. Like, remember that practice where they say they were blitzing a lot and, the quarterbacks were having a bad day and all of that? That's what was reported. But when I go to practice, every time Fangio blitzes, the quarterbacks eat them up. Like, I understand. I believe him on that day when they were blitzing, the sacks were happening because there's sacks in every practice. But what I've seen after that day when I went to camp, you can see when the blitz coming. And when it comes, you get one-on-ones just about in his defense across the board. Because he don't just blitz one. He be blitzing 2 and 3, and they be coming from one side. But you get the one-on-ones in the back end, and these quarterbacks, Tua in particular, he's cooked in those situations. You see that nice pass they had yesterday coming out of camp? Tua, red zone work. He threw it to Waddle on the right side, dropped it right in. For all our blitz came. You got a one-on-one. Eaton. I like Fangio's base defense. When he gets creative and he starts, sending people or trying to disguise stuff underneath, it's been a disaster, y'all. Go back and look at the Tyreek play and go back and look at all the other plays. Go look at the plays where the defense made a good play. You're going to see 4 to 6 corners in the secondary. I'm talking about past 10 yards. You're going to see 4 to 6 guys past 10 yards guarding the field. Go look at the Tyreek play today. You saw 3 guys. It was cover 3. Go look at it. You saw 3 guys deep. 2 of them on the boundaries was like 15 yards. And the one safety, I don't know who it was, but they were slow as dirt. And the one safety was back there, and Tyreek just tracked the ball down. Every time he do something outside of the base, we eat. This is why I'm not impressed when we make a big play in practice. It's never happening in our base defense. It's happening when Fangio's trying to be exotic. Oh, let me throw this in. No, that ain't the base. Stick with the base. Stick with the base. Every single time he throws some wrinkle in, we get beat deep, and that ain't fair. And you know what I think it is? It's a part of his new schemes that he been trying to, he say he been creating new coverages. Think about it, y'all. And this is pure speculation by me, by the way, so don't get mad if you disagree. I'm speculating, okay? Think about it. Fangio is famous because of his scheme. His scheme don't allow deep throws. His scheme provides pressure on the quarterback, and his scheme also confuses young quarterbacks and quarterbacks who can't process the field fast enough. That's what the scheme does. But what doesn't it do? It doesn't secure the underneath checkdowns. It truly does give that up almost all day. And it doesn't do very well on the strong side runs because he underloads on the weak side. So when he says, I've been working on new coverages, common sense, the only new coverages you could be working on are the ones that's going to take care of the flaws in the system. And that's the short passes. And every single time it looks like the defense is doing something new to guard all that short stuff, it'd be like cover 3 and all kind of exotic stuff going on underneath. We get beat deep. I think it's just him trying the new stuff. Every time we get them bombs on us and you only see one defender, I think he's just trying the new stuff. That's what I think, because every time those plays aren't his normal system. Go check it out. Go watch the film on all the big plays that we typically get. You wonder why it's just one guy back there defending the receiver. That ain't typical Fangio system where he loved the cover 4 and cover 6. And that's what frustrated me in practice today. When we ran cover 4 and cover 6, Tua just putting it up, and you got 3 defenders fighting over the ball to intercept it, and they drop it because they fighting over it. And you're like, why would you ever throw that to begin with? And that's not like I'm making it up. I was at the game, and I was live, and I was showing y'all the play-by-play. Y'all remember when we first got there, and Tua just threw it up in triple coverage, and you're like, why? Y'all remember when I first got there, there was zero logic on why he would do that? Then he threw the pick to Noah right after that, and it's like, why? And a little later, he finally get one over the top to Tyreek. He just putting it up, y'all. And on that one, he lucky the defense was what it was. AB says, so when the offense doesn't move, it's Tua's fault, but the offense looks good, it's because the defense was bad. Well, you have to look at it that way. The defense changes. The defense isn't in the same set every time. So when the offense doesn't move, you look for opportunities in the offense and see what was missed first. If nothing was missed, then it's because the defense was playing great and it was nothing the offense could do. But you evaluate it all. You don't just throw that comment you just said out. You have to evaluate every play. So when the play runs, right, and the offense, we throw it in triple coverage, right? You have to ask yourself, first of all, why did he throw it there? Second off, was there a better option? In all of these plays, you see these crossers coming across the middle wide open, but we chunking it deep in triple coverage. So we don't have to talk about the defense if there was opportunity and you made the wrong decision. It is what it is. Then if the offense makes a great play, you have to look at the defense and say, where was the drop-off? And on the Tyreek touchdown, there was no drop-off on defense. The offense executed perfectly. What I'm telling you was the play call, we got caught. And I'm telling you, I don't like when Fangio doesn't run his base defense. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not the defense let us do it in that regards. It's Fangio. You got to stop that. You got a defense that will guard that pass to Tyreek on every single play. It never will happen. But you getting out of it. And what I'm saying to you is the proof is go look at the pass where 3 defenders was back there, cover 4 or cover 6, and then go look at the one to Tyreek, cover 3. It's a matter of what coverage you called, and we exposed it. It's that simple. So I'm critiquing both sides. On the defense, Fangio, stick with your base. I've been seeing all the little extra stuff, and it's getting smoked every time. When you stick with your base, this offense can't do a thing. So that's what your defense needs to do. And now we need to figure out with this offense how they could break through. And when you look at it, they still missing opportunities. Hopefully that explained. A-Chain move up the depth chart over Wilson. Well, both of them I think are down right now. Both of them are down. Can we fix this before week 1? That is a great question. First of all, are we even going to acknowledge there's a problem? Well, I don't know why I'm asking people that, because I think the team obviously acknowledges there's an issue because Mike McDaniel was pissed. Tua was pissed. But we also, as fans, got to be honest. Forget Tua being pissed and players being pissed. Let's stick to Mike McDaniel. He's the head coach. What have we seen that Mike McDaniel should be pissed about? Okay. Certain guys on the O-line absolutely playing like trash. Wide receivers are not showing up for their quarterback. And what I mean by that, regardless if it's a tight coverage throw, if you get your hands on it, you got to be able to help your quarterback and come down with the ball. We dropped a lot of passes. Now, mind you, great coverage, better options out there, but hey, it still came to you. You got to help your quarterback. This team is a help your quarterback team. He also should be very frustrated at the penalties because there has been some. And I know Mike McDaniel's frustrated with his quarterback. He's obviously frustrated with his quarterback because when he's out there, he's seeing what we all seeing. Why did you even throw it? Of course, he ain't going to talk about his quarterback at all to the media or nothing. But if you want to know what he's frustrated about, these are the things that I'm sure he's frustrated about. His quarterback play has been very inconsistent. This team don't have a one group or one person issue on offense. The entire offense is struggling. Every quarterback included. That's what he's frustrated with. So acknowledging those things, he has to go through each unit and say, how can we fix this? Okay, O-line, what do we need to do? Sorry, Mike, you're going to have to be McGenius because I ain't even got an answer for you on that. Far as I care, the only thing you can do is walk in Chris Greer's office and cuss him out and demand and go to Stephen Ross and say, I have to if you want this, which he ain't going to do because he's tasked with doing what Flores couldn't do. And if he can't do it, then they also start to realize even more other things. So that's the O-line. Tight ends, I don't think he cares because he don't want to use them much anyway. He just need them to help block. I don't even think that's a area of contention for him. One moment, y'all. They're up there on the thing, her bottles. Sorry, y'all. Wife was asking about the baby bottles. Tight ends, I don't think he care much about. Wide receivers, he's frustrated because he's watching Tyreek Hill be a shell of himself. He's watching receivers inconsistent. Today is Chosen, then it ain't. The next day is Barrios, then it ain't. Ezukama, a flash here or there, then he ain't. Waddle's been probably the most consistent wide receiver, and he still got his hands issue. I mean, he catches it, but he be bobbling. He done made some drops too. So he's looking at his receivers not play at a higher level to help his quarterbacks. So what can he do about that? Yell at him? See, these aren't schematic issues, y'all. This is execution. And that's where his leadership has to come in. That's where your leadership has to get these guys to want to show up and show up at a high level every day. And they haven't been. The same with his quarterbacks. How do you fix it? I'm already working with guys that have limitations. I've created things that will help them with their limitations, but now defenses out here is scheming to take away those things I've created. And now they're forcing him to do the things that great quarterbacks have to do, and he's exposed. He's exposed. Now I got to work on what he really struggles with instead of hiding it. Remember, last year the talk was Mike McDaniel did such a great job not putting players in positions that where they're weak at. Oh. Mike McDaniel did such a great job creating a scheme that, doesn't bring out any weaknesses for the quarterback. Now they scheming to make you execute with your weaknesses. No more first read. No more spot throwing. They getting in the lanes. They disguising the coverages. I've seen Tua pat the ball more than I've ever seen him in 3 years. And what do I mean by patting the ball? Hike, first read. Ooh, that would have been a pick. Next, what? I've seen him do that more than he's ever done. Good thing he don't throw all of them. He throws some still. Good thing he don't throw all of them. But now what does Mike McDaniel do with that? So, yeah, he frustrated because it's happening right in his face. And he's like, I cannot let last year be a fluke. I need the notion to be the only reason last year ended what it was because of injuries. Because this year, he ain't going to be able to use that excuse even if there are injuries. You got to be able to get this team to the playoffs and win a playoff game. Me, you need to go to an AFC championship. But I'm just saying a lot of people's minimum is win a playoff game. Appreciate you, Alisor. So how do we fix this? Motivate these guys to play at a higher level because a lot of them are who they are. Or at least motivate the guys are capable at playing at a high level to play at a higher level. And the only person that's not on top of his game right now that we know can play at a higher level is Tyreek Hill. I think he's just going through the motions in camp. And we hope that's just the case. And in the regular season, he absolutely destroys. But I've seen Tyreek Hill run a lot of deep routes and those almost interceptions. Tyreek is like, man, I ain't getting involved. Hopefully in the regular season, he go up there and bat them down and fight with the receivers. I don't know. Next. Does this offense look like a second-year installation? No, sir. It was much more on fire last year. No, sir. It does not look like a second-year installation. There's going to be some chess games this year. Mike McDaniel's been working on a lot of plays that would beat teams that schemed for our weaknesses last year. But they're going to be going in and out of it trying to, teams going to be, all right, we're going to go into this to top it. Oh, they switching it up. We're going to go back to this. It's going to be some chess matches. McDaniel going to have to coach his behind off this year. But it don't look like a second-year install. Not when it looks worse. Yeah, you're going up against a better defense, but I'm sorry. You saw this defense a few times last year. You saw it a few times last year. And they'll get there. I mean, y'all, we all have to believe that our offense will get their act together. We all have to believe that. It'll happen. How's the O-line? Overall trash. I mean, we got some great players, but we need a unit. Tired of having spots, right, left tackle, center, right guard, and no, solidify it. Current biggest need on the team. I'm gonna O-line. Biggest need. Solidify one of those positions. You got Eichenberg still out here fighting for a position when he's looked like a train wreck. Austin Jackson does look better. Um, but there's times where he still gets exposed. So that's worth playing out a little bit, seeing how it goes in the regular season, if he holds his own or not. That's worth it. But the Eichenberg situation, man. What spot is more important right now? The Eichenberg position. Because if you fix that, you'll have 4 rock solid guys. And Ike and Austin Jackson ain't playing at a level where I'm sitting here going crazy panicking. He's still showing signs of but he also looking like he holding his own at times better. Some plays he wins. I'll just put it like that. We only talk about the losses. Sometimes he win. Eichenberg ain't out here winning nothing. That's the most important. Left guard. Second, I would have to listen to Fangio. I would have to listen to Fangio and talk about safety. Deshaun Elliott is a better player than Brandon Jones, but in Fangio's system, he don't see it that way. And well, it ain't that he don't see him better than Jones, but he don't see a starter yet. That's what he said in his presser. He don't see that yet. So, all right. And I know that he's also talking about David Long. Well, he makes some flash plays, but there's times where he's not in position in the pass game. I don't care. David Long gonna lock that run down. He gonna be helping Wilkins and Zeeler. David Long gonna help him. He gonna be the guy that's locking that run down. He got to get better. And he's a good cover corner, but he got to get better in Fangio's system. I mean, not corner, but linebacker, but he got to get better in Fangio's system doing it. It's different than what he's used to in the different schemes. Who should be QB1? I mean, Tua. Tua should be QB1. We've invested in him to be such. He's the QB1, man. He's the guy. He's Uno. He's our guy. He should be QB1 because it ain't like Mike White and Skyler are playing on a level that is insane. Mike White is playing good football, but we ain't going to sit here and act like he's playing insane to be having that conversation. Yeah. Yeah, I just realized it was the time. So I got 10 more minutes, y'all. I'm gonna go through some more of these questions. Would you play with Miami and Madden? Absolutely. All that talent. You should pick Miami, especially if you're a Dolphin fan. You can be proud to pick them in Madden now. Running back group so far. I love the running back group because we know what Jeff and Mostert can do. It's just the O-line issues. But A-Chain adding him, that kid, when he cuts back, is a thing of beauty. I can't wait to see how Mike McDaniel schemes him up. TD, was it a waste of trip? No, because I went to practice yesterday and the scrimmage today. Now, going to the scrimmage today was a waste. First of all, we got there 30 minutes early, but the traffic was so ridiculous. Y'all don't even understand. I done been to everything. Game day don't even be that bad because they only had 2 entrances. You know, game day is like 4 entrances, but they only did 2 for everybody, man. It took forever to get to the stadium, so we parked at Walmart. Then we walked all the way. I had my little boys with me, so I put one of them on my neck and walked along. And then we got in there 40 minutes late, but they were still warming up. And then when I sat down, I tried to get my phone together. Y'all saw the audio wasn't working because I got a phone call. And then y'all saw practice. And then when they stopped it because of lightning, I had already saw enough. It didn't matter if I came back and the offense scored a touchdown on the next 50 plays. First of all, I knew that wasn't going to happen. But I had already saw enough because here we are in freaking scrimmage where you're supposed to light it up and excite the fan base for the season to come, right? That's what you're supposed to do in a scrimmage where people like, I can't believe how many people was there. That's what you're supposed to do. And I get there and I'm seeing this. It's just disappointing performance. I'm seeing the offense is like Omar tweeted. Worst day, worst practice. He wrote an article. Today's scrimmage was a SHIT show, a it show. The offense was a it show. So you ain't got to listen to me and think that I'm being critical. That's what the headlines was. Today's scrimmage was a poop show by the offense. So when that lightning thing came, I said, man, I ain't finna sit here and be waiting to see if they start in 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Let's go, y'all. I was walking in the rain with my dad, my brother, and my two boys, the younger ones. I was walking in the rain to Walmart, and Solo D pulled up, was like, hop in. I'm like, oh, Lord. What a coincidence. Solo D pulled up on me in the family. We hitchhiked, and he took us over to Walmart. But I left. It wasn't nothing else for me to see. What? I already knew if I stayed, I'm going to watch a few completions, a few deep balls that's connects. Then I'm going to watch a pick and some more bad fire throws, some more penalties, some more holding calls, some more sacks, a few slants. Oh, those were nice. Oh, he was in practice with 5 nice 8-yard slants in a row, and then the narrative, Tua cooked today. I ain't need to say. I said, let me get out of here. I ain't finna wait on the lightning and all that to stop. And they didn't start back for another hour. They started back like an hour later, 45 minutes later. I was on my way home. Then I made some phone calls, see how the rest of it went. And somebody sent me a video. I could try to load it. Well, I gotta convert it to MP4 and try to play it for y'all tomorrow. But if I can, if I got time, if it's even worth it. But I watched a lot of that. And I saw the rest. I just didn't report on it because I wasn't live. I ain't need to see no more. I didn't need to see anymore. But it wasn't a wasted trip. Me and the wife had a lot of fun down there, so it wasn't a wasted trip. We did some things. Skyler QB2. As of right now, Mike White has claimed the QB2 position. Skyler gave that away like 2 days ago. And he still got time to make moves, but right now Mike White leading the way. So far, if we miss playoffs, who gets fired? Cut. All of them. Greer and McDaniel got to go if we miss the playoffs. How about Aubrey Miller, number 52 undrafted free agent from Jackson State? What about him? Yeah, sorry, bro. Be a little more specific, and you paid, so I want to answer your question. What about him? Membership seating, man. Don't get me started on that. The Dolphins are just unorganized. They were unorganized. You got member seating, and you get to the member section. They're like, it's full. You gave away more tickets than you got. No, it was the exact amount. Then here come 4 member tickets. So how is it the exact amount? Because you let anybody sit in there because I'm watching people go in. Took me 30 minutes to sit. How many drops in total so far? So far in camp, I don't know, but today on that field, y'all bear with me. I got to get a haircut. I saw like 5 drops today on that field. About 5 drops. Yeah, about 40 something throws today. About 5 drops. Maybe 7. Why has Tyreek seemed limited? maybe they shut him down a little because he ain't get many reps either. When he does get reps, he ain't even looking like he giving it his all. And then when he go get one touchdown, people go crazy. And think about that interception from Noah. Did you see what Noah did? Noah met him at the 5-yard line and put his hands on him and bumped him. The ball came, Noah ran and got it. Noah bodied Tyreek on that play. Tyreek was going, I think that was Tyreek, whoever it was. They were going for the pass. Noah came up and gave him a in-body connection and bodied him. Saw that ball leave and went and got it. Noah's been playing really good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. If Noah could make all of us eat crow, man, let me tell you something. If Noah Jackson end up being the only one out of that first round that make it, man, Tua better get his act together. Him and Austin Jackson. If Noah end up making it, because he's probably gonna make the roster now. Noah's been playing well, and he's been out there starting and hasn't relinquished. And if Noah has a good season and them other two don't, oh my gosh. Let me stop even thinking about that, man. Tyreek play concerning. I ain't concerned. I'll wait till the regular season to be concerned about a veteran who's done it all. Maybe he's just chilling. I don't like it, but maybe that's what it is. Fangio scheme, I told y'all enough about that. Wilkins contract. I'm going to do a stream tomorrow on Wilkins contract because we got to talk about this because Chris Greer playing games. It's getting bad, y'all. I saw an article today. I made a phone call, and it was confirmed from what I know. But I'm going to do a stream on that tomorrow. They playing with fire. Tua reading defense better? No, not at all. I don't even know if he's trying to anymore. Okay. Anyway, I've come to my limit, y'all. I gotta go. I appreciate y'all tuning in to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thank y'all so much. Sorry the stream was so late. Simply, we just got in the house like 2 hours ago, so 30 minutes later I was live. I wanted to give y'all what happened today. But thank y'all so much. We'll be back at it next week, man. I know I got the Houston trip coming up. I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm scheduled to go to training camp next week, but I don't even know if it's even worth going down there, man. I gotta be honest with y'all for them 2 days. But is it joint practices with Atlanta? Is that joint practices next week with Atlanta? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Is that a joint practice? Are they? Yeah, joint. Okay. Well, that's more incentive. That's incentive. So we'll see. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Again, if y'all want to donate to these training camp funds, man, helping me get back and forth because I've been doing a lot of traveling. Drop the donation in the Cash App. It'd be greatly appreciated. $ TD Fins Talk. That's the Cash App. Because, I ain't gonna lie, it's all adding up, the back and forth and stuff. But, hey, I'm trying to give it to you. Appreciate you. Love y'all. See y'all soon. Fins up no matter what. Peace. I am out.